It's a buffer overflow, y'all. It's when an attacker is abusing a location in memory. Let's say we have this application, which we do. I'm gonna so this application right here, it's called buffer overflow. Somebody made this application, but they didn't. The application does something. You all know what an application is. You double click it, it opens up. Like Instagram, Facebook, your banking applications. This buffer overflow is an application. Okay, but instead of double clicking it, we're going to run it from the command line. And this application is going to ask us for a password. If it's going to ask us for a password, right? If we give it the wrong password, it's going to say that is the wrong password. If we give it the right password, it's going to give us administrative access. What is the password again? Okay, I think so. Uh-oh. There we go. The geek stuff. Now we have access to it. But Toby, you were talking about a buffer overflow attack. Yeah, I was. So, a buffer overflow attack is when we give an application more than it can handle. We're putting more things into a place of memory than it can handle. So this is a entry field right here. And this field can only handle a certain amount of characters. And if we give it too many characters, the application is going to break. It's going to do something wrong. It could crash and shut down, or it could escalate our privileges if we were a normal user on this computer. And we just talked about escalating privileges again. So remember, if I give it the wrong password, it fails. When I give it the right password, we're good. I gave it the wrong password again. I gave it way more characters that it could handle. I overflowed the buffer, and now look what happened. I was still able to get root access, and root is admin, administrator. I was still able to get root access, and you can see the vulnerability that gave me the access. It was a segmentation fault. There were too many characters for this application to handle, so it just didn't know what to do. It's like in the movies when you see, or the cartoons where you see the robot going haywire and just crashing. Well, this application crashed and gave us access we shouldn't have right now. So that is a buffer overflow attack, y'all. That is the buffer overflow. This is a very, very, very basic example of it. It can get really complicated. Okay, very complicated because there are different types. You have heap, and we're not going to get into all of it, but in its very simple nature, this is a buffer overflow attack. Let me know if that doesn't make sense, because now we're about to get into some PBQs, because I know a few of y'all are getting ready to take. So y'all, what we do on Cyber Thursdays for people who may be new, we do things like this. We go over different security tools, over different security concepts, things that people are doing on the job, like right now. We do it for our students so they can get some experience on tools that they may be using at work, get them ready for their exam. And then afterwards, we like to do some PBQs to also help them get them ready for their exam. PBQ stands for problem-based questions. We're going to break it down using the language of security, the language that we're teaching and learning in class, and we're going to knock them out. So I can't see who I'm going to pick on today because I can't see all the users. I like to pick on a few folks. But if you're taking the exam, I think Lorenzo's in here, so I'm going to definitely pick on Lorenzo and Marquita. I can't pick on you yet, Sam, because I'm going to feel like a bully, and I don't want to do that. I can't pick on Atiba because he's already taken the exam, so I got a few I can pick on. If you're in here and you're from the class, shout at me, yell at me, type at me, all caps at me, and I can pick on you too.